Welcome aboard the Tech Genius XY. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for your passport to programming in English and Hausa. Thank you for joining us in this presentation. So we are in lesson 12. Before we proceed into our presentation, we are going to introduce our topic, which is Python data structure. We are basically going to focus on one data structure, which is lists. So, in our next slide, what are the learning objectives? What we want you to take away at the end of this session? You should be able to understand the functionality of lists, the method that you need to use to perform a list operation. So, like insertion, deletion, searching, and other manipulation. Okay, so what do you understand by the word data structure? Data structure are simply containers for organizing and storing data efficiently. In Python, data structure are essential in programming because they allow efficient data organization and manipulation. So we are going to see example of that data structure, especially the one in lists. So this is our focus for today. We are going to uh, go to our window, interactive window, and run some method based on the list. So we are going to see what is list. Before we do that, we want to define what is list. Lists are ordered mutable collection of items. They allow for easy storage and retrieval of data. So the common method that we use in lists is include method, append method, insert method, and remove method, and other more. So without wasting time, let's jump back to our interactive window where we are going to test run and see whatever we are doing. Okay, so how do you declare your list? So this is how we declare lists. You open two brackets, opening bracket and closing bracket. Then you put your data type. We have combination of integer and string. You can put whatever data type you want. Then you assign it to a variable name. So we are calling this variable my list. So as you understand, so my list, that is what we are saving this list. So this is our data structure list, which we created here. That is how to create data structure of list in Python. It's very easy and straightforward. Okay, so we are going to start uh, running some program here, just like we normally do. So we are calling the append function. The append function append the element x at the end of the list. That means it takes an element, then it's going to add it to the back of the list. So if you check our list, we stop at, let me comment this out. Our list stop at B. So that means we are calling my variable here, we period it dot append. So we are perioding it with the append method, and the append takes a value which is 4. We want to add 4 at the end of this list. So let's test run this and see by ourselves. So we are the 4 will be added. So this is it here. The 4 is added to the list, and we you can also iterate through the list. We have talked about for loop in our previous video. So this is how to do that. We iterated through the list, and we are out printing every element individually. So that is all about this. So without wasting time, I'm going to comment this back. So we understand that append method add an element to the end of the list. That is all what it's doing. So what is extend? The extend method, this is the extend. I'm going to highlight this out so that we can test run that as well. Okay, so the extend takes a list inside. You have to pass a list. That means something like this. You pass it to the method. It is going to add that list at the back of the list. So it append the element of an iterable another list to the end of the list. That is all in simple English. So now we call our variable my list, which is my list. We append it, we period it with the extend. The extend takes a list. Don't forget, append takes a value. This one takes a list. So we are going to test run this so that we see what the output is going to be. It's going to add 4 and 5 to our list. That is it. So it's adding 4 and 5 here. As you can see, 4 and 5 has been added. So we are going to comment this out so that we can test run the other method. So that is very easy to do. Our next method is insert. We are going to comment our insert up to this stage. So insert takes two value, two parameter, index and what and value. So you have to pass index. What is index? Index is the position of every value in the list. So what is the position of this? Is starting from zero. So index generally starts from zero in an array. So this is position zero, this is position one, this is position two, this is position three, as you know. So now what you have to pass the index here and you have to pass the value that you want to insert. So that is telling the interpreter, if you call my list, period it with the insert method, then at position 1 I want to put 4. So what value is in position 1 in our list? 0, 1, 2 is in position 1. So this will get adjusted. It's going to shift it back and put 4 there. So let me delete this history and let's run this so that we can actually see the 4 that is going to get uh, added in the list. So 4 is added in the place of 2. Here is 2, but 4 is been added and 2 has been adjusted down. So that is basically what insert is doing. It's very straightforward and self-explanatory. So insert an element at a specific index. That is all what we did there. So now we are calling the remove. Right from the name, we know the remove is going to remove. And what does remove takes? It takes remove the first occurrence. That means remove, it takes the first occurrence of a value from the list. Okay, so now we have 2 in our list. So it's going to, let's test run this and see what is going to get removed. So we are removing the 2 in our list. We have 1, 2, 3 AB. So 2 has been removed because we put the value of 2. We want to remove that 2. So that is all what remove is doing there. Okay, so we have pop. Let's this pop method, we are going to comment it out, and in our pop, basically we have the pop. We pass the value, the index of that what we want to remove. By default, if you did not pass anything, it's going to remove the last one. So what is going to get removed here, the index 0, 1, 2 will get removed, and it's going to return what the value that was removed. So 2 is being returned here, down here. That means 2 has been removed from our list. Okay, let me comment this back without wasting time. Let me delete this history so that we can see the screen clearly. Okay, so we are almost at the end. We have talked about index. Okay, index. The index method return the index of the first occurrence of a value. So that is what the index is doing. Return the position of the first element with the value. So let's test run and see, just for you to get the index of that value. So we have the index of 1 in our list here is going to be 0. So it's going to return the position of that, which is 0 here. So you get the idea. It's just index, that means the position. So we are going to highlight we are going to comment this back so that we can be able to test run the rest. So count method is very straightforward. You we want to this is our new list that we declare. We put two, two here. We are repeating two triple times. So that means 3 times. The 2 has been repeated 3 times. So we want to count how many times the 2 is being repeated in our list. So we call the dot count. We period it with the variable name, which is my list, and we save it in this count. We printed it here. So let's just run this and see it's going to count 3. So we have 3, 2 is being repeated 3 times. So that's why we're having 3 here. Okay, so that is very easy and self-explanatory. Okay, so we are going to sort. What does sort do? Sort is going to sort your list out. That means you just have to rearrange it orderly, that is from ascending order. So this is our list, which is 3, 1, 2 is going to get sorted. Is going to be rearranged 1, 2, 3, just like that. So it's very easy and straightforward. Okay, reverse is going to reverse the list, just like we know. This is 1, 2, 3, and it's going to get reversed to 3 to 1. Just let's run this. The reverse method, that is all what is doing, as you can see. Okay, it's very straightforward. And let's go to the Almost the last one. Okay, we have clear. So the clear is going to clear your list. That means it's going to return an empty list from the name. It's going to clear whatever data you have in the list. So without saying much, that is all what's happened here. And we are returning empty list. We printed it out. Okay, that is all about the clear. So let's go to copy. Okay, we have another method. Copy is going to copy what you have in the list. Okay, we repeated ourselves here. Okay, you can try the rest of this method. Sorted, another method to sorted list. So we have length. You can call the length method and pass your list, so that it's going to return the number of the elements in that list. So the max, you can find the maximum, the mean, the sum, the sorted, the reverse. Okay, that is all about this presentation. Let's jump back to round up our presentation. So yes, we have talked about the list. In our next class, we are going to talk about the tuple. The upper class, we are going to talk about dictionaries. And the last class for data structure, we are going to talk about set. So that is all about our presentation. So this is your assignment, guys. Take time and try and test run this yourself. Okay, thank you for your time. We appreciate you. Thank you. Take care.